All right, what is up, guys? We got a crazy, crazy video today. I was scrolling through Twitter and saw this, and I was like, "Yep, got ourselves a winner. We got ourselves a winner today." So, this uh is claiming she got fired. Um, what does it say exactly?
Okay, so I
Hang on,
started.
hang on. Because she retaliated against staff because she was being misgendered. And the more I watch this, the longer it went. It's only 2 minutes, but the longer it goes, let's just get right into it.
Okay, so I started this organization in July of 2024. And
She started a job. She didn't start this organization. Just FYI, she started at a job. Now again, I wouldn't hire this person, and I'm going to say this: I own multiple business. If this person walked in an interview with me, I wouldn't even do the interview. I say, get the fuck out of here. You ain't a cultural fit, and it has nothing to do with whatever body parts you have, putting them wherever you want. You look fucking crazy. Like, I don't want you as a representative of my brand. Okay? Keep in mind, if you want to complain about my companies, my HR department, just reach out in the comments because I'm my own HR department and I ain't fired myself, you stupid fucks. And the problem is, these are the type of people, and as you watch this more and more, you're going to realize that this is literal mental illness right now. Like, this is an example of actual mental illness. I'm not saying all of them are, but this one is.
I knew right away there was going to be misgendering. I knew right away there was going to be transphobia.
You walked in the door and you knew there was going to be misgendering and transphobia. I don't even know what the fuck you are. If you told me your name was Sarah or Sam, I'd say, all right, bro. Like, fuck. I don't know if you guys remember that SNL skit, Pat. It's Pat, where they didn't fucking know what it was, so they just kept saying it's Pat. Because if you go back, go look it up. Go on YouTube right now. Pause this video. Go on YouTube. Go look up Pat SNL. They literally made fun of these people back then. But now, I'm a protected class. You ain't protected for shit. You're like 0.03% of the population. You're just loud on the internet, and we all sit here and make fun of you. Let's keep going.
There was going to be microaggressions. I could just tell. And
What the fuck is a microaggression? There was going to be microaggressions. What the fuck is a microaggression? Actually, let's Google it. Let's hang on. Let's pause this. Let's ask Grok. Let's open a new Twitter tab. Grok, let's find out. I gotta know the answer to this. What is a microaggression according to trannies? Let's see. Yes, it knew exactly what I meant. Um, Specific examples of my. Okay, let's read this. This is funny. Based on available research and accounts, transgender people often describe microaggressions as subtle, everyday actions, comments, or behaviors, whether intentional or unintentional, that communicate hostility, invalidation, or disrespect towards their gender identity. So what I just did would be a macroaggression, right? Like if that's micro, I'm at macro, so I'm a macro aggressor, right? But that's because I take testosterone, lift weights, and fuck chicks. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
and it was
Hang on,
really.
just to clarify, one chick, my wife, because she's in one chick. It was simply a statement. All right, keep going.
Hurtful because this was an organization that presented themselves as so LGBTQ friendly.
I'm going to tell you guys this now. If you're an organization, this lady literally just said she sought this company out because she had heard how accepting they were of her community. If you're accepting Crazy Town, expect Crazy Town. Now, I don't know what company this is, but I'm going to bet that their stocks aren't up. Because if you're hiring people with the sole purpose of we want more fucking weirdos to work here, regardless of if you're talented at the job or not, we just want to be accepted to every like this is the circus. You hired the monkeys. This is your circus now. Okay? And this is what happens when you put a bunch of fucking retards in a building together.
For staff and for the community. Like, people literally wanted to work there because of how friendly they are to the community. So I came in there and I put my foot down abruptly.
What? Rewatch this part. Rewatch this. Here we go. Listen to this whole sentence.
Like, people literally wanted to work there because of how friendly they are to the community. So I came in there and I put my foot down abruptly.
So people recommended I work here because of how accepting they were to the community. The next phrase out of her mouth, so I went in there and put my foot down abruptly. What? Put your foot down on what? You wanted to be in a job that was accepting of your people, and then you went in and put your foot down? Put what? What? Is that like another name for I chopped my pee-pee off? Like, what is? I don't understand. That's the most contradicting sentence I've ever heard in my life.
And I also believe that me being misgendered and me being talked to the way that I was talked to and treated the way that I was treated, also made it so that I was very closed off person. I was a very closed off supervisor. It was really hard for me to trust and for me to effectively lead being in that type of environment. And
oh, so the reason you're a shitty leader is the environment you were in. Right. So you sought out a company that you wanted to work for because they supported things that look like you, and then you failed as a leader because of the environment. Let me explain something to you. Leadership creates the environment. Leaders dictate environment. You're cancer, hence you produced cancer.
To actively watch my supervisor and my HR department do nothing about it. After that, they opened up an investigation. They questioned all the staff. They questioned me. I was a wreck during that time.
Why were you a wreck?
A fucking wreck. And at the end of it, I gave them names. I told them who told me, the misgendering thing.
He called me the wrong pronoun. It was Bob. It was Bob's fault that I fucking suck at my job. And the only reason you hired me was because I'm a chick with a mustache. And now I'm upset because I failed at my job because you put me in a position I wasn't ready for. And now you get to deal with me being a psycho fucking cunt on the internet. That checks out. that checks out so far. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Keep going.
And the trying to get me fired thing. And in the end of it, I'm the one who got written up.
And then she got written up. Yes.
I was retaliating based on the way that I was treating certain staff.
Just so you guys know, the reason they wrote her up is because if you have a company that operates this way, you have to write people up before firing them, or they will come after you for wrongful terminate. Like, these are the people who make normal people hate their life, right? But this is why business owners write up employees, is in case you have one of these. Okay? And again, you got to remember, guys, here's the truth. You got to remember what these people and what 99% of people do. Anybody who says, I'll sue you, has never sued anyone in their fucking life. Okay? Because they couldn't afford the lawyer fucking bills. Trust me, I know. Okay? There's nothing for you to win. You're not going to get anything out of this. There's nothing here. There's no system in the world that is going to protect these people. Okay? This is why they write people up. So that when this thing gets on the internet and then some jackass, ambulance chasing lawyer goes, oh, well, I think we can fucking do this, that, or the other, blah, 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 blah. They'll immediately lawyer up. She doesn't know that she's about to get hosed because she doesn't have any money. And he'll say, well, let's look into the company and see if there's any value in there. Maybe we can get a settlement. But the problem is the settlement's never worth it. And if they have documentation of psychotic behavior, you're screwed. And they'll tell you to kick rocks. Okay? And 99% of companies have insurance for this. So even if you do anything, it doesn't affect the company at all. You're like, this is an actual joke. Okay? So just so you guys know that, like, I know that you think in the real world, well, if somebody treats me bad, I can do this. No, you can't, because you're poor. Okay? And I'm not calling anyone, I'm just telling you how the court system works is big money wins, little money loses. Okay? That's the fucking truth. Unless it's a freak accident or injury case or negligent, like stuff like this, though, no. Trust me. If the company's putting out that they hire these people, they've gotten to a certain level that they can afford to lose a bunch of money. That's why they're hiring these people. Trust me, they got a war chest of retainers with lawyers to take care of people like this quick. And again, you're telling me that if she was the one who got written up, and I'm assuming does not work there anymore and was fired, every single employee will come out and berate her in open is it dissertation? I don't know. There's a fucking word for it, but whatever.
I was bullying certain staff. There was definitely no bullying.
If this bitch tried to bully me in any situation, I would treat her like a man. You want to be treated like a man, honey? Okay, let's go out back. Now you're going to find out why there's a physical difference between men and women. You don't get to take tests and grow a mustache and pretend that you're strong and you're going to bully me, okay? I'm a real man. But again, the problem is everywhere I go, 80% of the fucking dudes are soy boy fucks or fat, right? Like, there's not a lot of me. I'm a rare fucking breed that's left, which is sad, but it's true. But the problem is people like this haven't run into guys like me, because guys like me fix this shit real quick.
That was happening. There was no retaliation that was happening. I think me being treated like shit caused me to feel and act a certain way. It caused me to...
Hang on. Did you catch that? Listen to that again. Listen to that again.
That was happening. I think me being treated like shit caused me to feel and act a certain way.
So because she felt like shit, she justified the way that she acted in a certain way, and that's why she acted the way she did. Your job does not care about your feelings at all. I have never once, and keep in mind, I have hired well into the hundreds of people now. Okay? I've been on interviews. I've probably interviewed over the course of the last 13 years between Michigan and Florida, probably well over 500 to 1,000 people, easily. Easily. Let me tell you the question that never comes up in an interview. Your fucking feelings. Okay? This is the job that I want. This is what I'm willing to pay for it. You're willing to do the job for this sum of money. Can you do it? Now, everyone in the interview says, yes, I can do it. I'm going to be great. That's great. No one gives a shit what comes out of your mouth. 90 days later, assuming you've been trained, assuming you've been given possibility, assuming you've been taught and given the opportunity to develop the skill set that you need to do, we then find out very quickly, are you a waste of time and a liability, or are you an actual good employee and an asset? That is the only thing that a business owner cares about. They have never once gone into a now. Once you get to know people, and once they've showed up, they've developed consistency, they've developed skill, they've developed passion, they've developed these things. You're investing in them, they're investing in the business. Then there's leeway, right? Then there's leeway. Okay? I have people all the time, still that work for me to this day. I've had people who've worked for me for years and years and years and years and years, who over the course of the time that they worked there, the times they were real hot, times they were kicking ass, times they sucked, times they had shit going on in their life. If they're really, really good and you believe in them and you know their heart's in the right place, sometimes you give people grace. Shit like this, she wouldn't have lasted through the interview. But had she have gotten through the interview process and through the practical interview process and then brought on and then trained, I would bet you, well, no, this is the first day my president would have met this thing. It'd have been gone. So that doesn't really count. So assuming I kept her away from him, I'd give her 4 days before clients were like, get this fucking thing the fuck out of here. And again, the customer and the revenue are what we listen to as business owners, not the fucking help. Okay? The customer and the revenue will tell the story. Before any opinions matter, that's the math you look at. The customer and the revenue. Because the customer is the one paying your bills. And the revenue is how much money you're able to make so you can pay your team and keep their lights on and give them a good life. And then after all that's done, the owner gets what's left. Sometimes there's nothing left. Sometimes there's a bunch. That's the risk you fucking take. There's 10 seconds left. I can't imagine that it doesn't get less eventful.
Okay. It caused me to really call people out for their shitty behavior. And that was,
yeah. Okay, it's done. Yeah, so okay, it's done. And it caused me to call people out for their shitty behavior. You're fired. Fired, bitch. Fired. Get out. Sign the slip. Get out. So here's how I imagine this went, and I'm just going to give you this scenario. This is how this went, okay? This thing starts causing problems. The supervisor gets with HR. This is what actually happened, guys. I'm telling you, there's a 99% chance this is how this went down. The supervisor and the HR director got together, and they went, fuck, bro. We got one. We hired a real problem. This bitch is doing this. Okay, so here's what we got to do. We can't fire her, right? Because then it's a hate crime, and she'll scream to high heaven. And because we apparently want to employ all these things, we can't just fire her, even though we know we have to fire her. So how do we fire her? Well, we got to get her to sign a write-up slip. Okay, but if we give her a write-up slip, she's going to freak the fuck out. So we have to word it right so we can get the signature on the page. Then the day after that, we can do whatever the fuck we want, but we got to get the signature on the fucking page. And we got to explain it. We got to record it. There's got to be two people in the room because this is what HR people do, okay? We got to do this stuff. All right. So we sit down. We get her, all right, whatever the fuck your name thing is. I need you to sign this. You know, we went through this and this and this. We understand, but this many people's side of the story. They're all saying the same thing about here. You're not in trouble. It's not a big deal. We just have to document the situation. Okay. We have to document it so that, you know, in case, you know, this happens again, well, now we have proof that you brought it to us multiple times, right? So you get yourself on this thing side of the fence. So she thinks you're on their team, right? Get her to sign the fucking document, right? Then You go, okay, hey, come in tomorrow. Let's clean slate. This is what I need you to work on. I need you to be better at this. I understand that people can be this and this and this, but you know what? You're so special that some people just don't really understand you. So let's try again tomorrow. Let's do a really good job. Comes in tomorrow, treats someone else like shit. Hey, Betty, Bob, Bill, Sue, fuck, whatever the fuck you are, come here. Hey, all right. I need your key. What do you mean? Well, you I told you yesterday to do this. You did it again. I got you right. I need your key. You're no longer welcome to work here. I'm sorry. This is just how it has to be. Okay. Like, you're causing too many problems. You're not the right fit for our company. I'm really sorry. Now you got your write-up slip. You've got your documentation. You gave the second opportunity, and you did it, right? So now, by the HR letters and all the fucking things, you've got your paperwork in order. You can get rid of this bitch. And that's what they did to her. Right? Now, they probably made it prolonged, right? Because it sounds like it's a bigger company. So that whole process probably took a week, maybe 2 weeks, because remember, she was the wreck. She was the wreck during that time, which means it probably wasn't an hour, right? It was probably, she knew she fucked up. Everyone else knew she fucked up, but they had to figure out a way to get rid of this bitch. Right? So that's what they did. And I understand that was also a microaggression. But hey, maybe I should change my YouTube channel to /microaggression. That would actually be a pretty fun channel to build. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Do all the YouTube shit, like, share, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. We broke 2 million views. So thank you so much for that. Really proud of that. So if you want to see more content like this, please don't send it to me. I don't want to ever see it, but if it does come across my feed and I do watch it and I do react, I'll upload it so you guys